Welcome to Super Sex XX, your go-to podcast for exploring the deep cuts of love, intimacy, and self-discovery. I'm Welly, aka Tony Orion, XXX, Brazilian beefcake, and wellness aficionado. Today, we're diving into a topic that's often whispered about but rarely given the spotlight it deserves: cut or uncut foreskin in sex. We're talking anatomy, techniques, and the unique experiences that come with exploring this delicious territory. No shame, no filters, just real talk about pleasure and connection. So get comfy and let's break this down. I promise it's going to be juicy. Here's the thing, pleasure is personal. Every single body is different, and what feels good for one person might feel completely different for someone else. Some people swear that foreskin is a game changer in oral sex. Why? Because it's packed with nerve endings, it's dynamic, and it adds a layer of sensation that's honestly unmatched for some. But is it really the magic key to better pleasure, or is the real secret in how you approach your partner, connect, and communicate? Whether you're team cut, team uncut, or team I've never thought about this before, we're going there today. Let's unpack. All right, let's start with the basics. Anatomy. The foreskin isn't just skin. It's sensitive, it moves, and for many people, it enhances pleasure because it's loaded with nerve endings. Being uncut also means you don't always need lube to stroke. If you know, you know. If your partner is uncut, the foreskin becomes an extra layer of sensation. It's responsive, it glides, it stretches, and for someone giving a mouthful blowjob, it creates a whole new playground. Picture this. Your tongue tracing under the foreskin, teasing that sensitive ridge, creating those light, electrifying sensations that make your partner shiver. Now, if your partner is cut, the experience is different but equally powerful. Without the foreskin, the glands or head of the penis becomes the focal point. It's hypersensitive and responds to direct stimulation. Gentle licks, kisses, and rhythmic suction, that's where you create the magic. The takeaway here? It's not about what's better. It's about knowing your partner's body and finding what brings them the most pleasure. Cut or uncut, everybody deserves to feel seen, savored, and swallowed. Now, as a professional bottom bunk player, you heard me, I've gotten pretty good at mapping the shape, sensitivity, and differences between cut and uncut partners. Let's talk grip. When it's all the way in, I can feel every detail. How the foreskin glides over the head in uncut partners, creating that smooth, fluid sensation that hits all the pleasure spots. And for cut partners, that consistent, direct pressure can be just as mind-blowing when it connects perfectly with the prostate or those hidden hot zones. And the milking milks, both experiences are unique and intense in their own ways. And let me tell you, if you know how to work it, you'll find pleasure in every way. Now that we understand the difference, let's get into, because let's face it, good sucking is an art form. For uncut partners, start slow. Use your tongue to glide under the foreskin. This area is sensitive. Experiment with gentle suction. Think soft pulls that tease and stretch the foreskin slightly. Incorporate your hands. By holding the base, you can control movement, creating a rhythm that feels natural and sometimes releasing that sweet pre-spunk, my favorite. For cut partners, focus on the head of the penis. That's where the sensitivity lies. Use your tongue to flick, swirl, or create light pressure. Alternate between slow, sensual movements and more rhythmic, intentional ones. Variety keeps things interesting. Play with temperature. A cool breath mint or a little warmth from your mouth can create sensations that reward you with a strong mouthful throbbing. No matter what, communication is key. Pay attention to your partner's sounds, their movements, their breathing. That's your roadmap to mind-blowing pleasure. And don't be afraid to ask, do you like that, babe? Or tell me how much mouth can work that dick. Because guess what? Confidence and curiosity are major turn-ons. Here's the real beauty of this conversation. It's not just about technique. It's about taking the time to learn your partner's anatomy and preferences shows care, respect, and genuine connection. Cut or uncut doesn't define pleasure. The experience comes alive when you're fully present. When you're paying attention to what makes your partner moan, squirm, or melt. Pleasure isn't a one-size-fits-all situation, and that's the fun part. When you approach oral pleasure with curiosity and intention, you're not just going through the motions, you're creating a shared experience. And let me tell you, watching your partner's eyes roll back in bliss, that's a reward in itself. Let's also address the elephant in the room, stigma. Whether cut or uncut, there's often unnecessary pressure or shame around our bodies, especially when it comes to preferences. Let me say this loud and clear. There's no better way to be. Pleasure is personal, and your body is perfect as it is. It's about learning, exploring, and celebrating the unique ways you experience joy. So here's the pleasure perspective. Foreskin or no foreskin? The real magic lies in communication, curiosity, and connection. Whether you're giving or receiving, take the time to explore, communicate what feels good, and celebrate the moment. And if this conversation opened your mind a little, hit that, drop a comment, and share it with someone curious about these pleasure truths. This is Welly, exploring the real, the raw, swallowing every drop. Until next time, Big Bay hosts.